Also senior on the commission too.
I call to order this regular meeting of the Show Low Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. Roll call shows that all commissioners except for Commissioner Hatch are present this evening. We will then have the invocation given by Vice Chair Lewis, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Wilson. If you'd like to join us, please stand.
Our Father in heaven, we're grateful to be here this evening. We're grateful for the freedoms that we enjoy in this great country, to be able to gather and to enjoy the prosperity of this land. Grateful for the beauties of thy creations, for this new spring season that is upon us. We are able to see those beauties begin to bloom and to turn green and colorful, to give us joy in this life. We're grateful for the opportunity we have to meet tonight to discuss the affairs of this wonderful community that we love. Help us to have clear minds, be able to make decisions that would best benefit the citizens of Show Low. Again, we are grateful for all which thou dost for us. We ask thy blessings to be upon us and upon those whom we have concern for, and say these things in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item on the agenda is new business, and item A is consideration of conditional use permit 602-04-259 submitted by Country Mountain Airwaves LLC to allow for the relocation of an existing radio broadcasting station from 391 West Deuce of Clubs to 701 East Deuce of Clubs, Show Low, Arizona, that being APN 210-19-030A. And I will turn it over to Ms. Feitokater.
Commissioner Bird. Chairman.
Before we turn it over.
Thank you. I have a potential conflict of interest, so just to be above board and not to have any type of thing that would not be appropriate, I'm going to voluntarily recuse myself from this item.
Thank you, Vice Chair Lewis. And now I'll turn it over to Ms. Feitokater.
All right, thank you, Chair and Commissioners. The subject property is zoned C2, general commercial, and radio broadcasting stations require a CUP in the C2 zone. At the regular meeting of March 29th, 2009, the Planning and Zoning Commission approved CUP 602-04-124 to allow for a radio broadcasting station located at 391 West Deuce Club. The original conditions have been attached for your review. The radio station was previously located at 391 West Deuce Clubs, adjacent to the Native New Yorker building. A fire destroyed the existing radio station offices of February of 2022. The radio station has been operating out of temporary office since the fire. The radio station purchased the former Loft Green Photography building at 701 East Deuce Clubs to utilize as a radio broadcasting station. The existing 33-foot antenna and 12-foot diameter satellite dish will be relocated from the current location to the new location. The applicant has indicated that the antenna and satellite dish will be located in the building at 701 East Deuce Clubs. Applicant has indicated that the satellite dish will be screened and will not be visible from the road, and the antenna will not project more than 11 feet above the roof line of the building. The current zoning of the surrounding properties includes the north, south, east, and west C2, which is general commercial. The current land uses of the surrounding properties include to the north, Banner Urgent Care, to the south, Summers Place Apartments, to the east, Southwest Transmission, and to the west, the Realty 100 building. Transmittal memos were sent to all affected agencies, and applicable comments received include from the Timber Mesa Fire and Medical District, so that any interior remodel shall meet the 2018 International Fire Code. No public comment has been received regarding the proposed development at the time the staff summary was prepared. After reviewing the zoning ordinance, standards for review, findings of fact, discussions with the applicant, and because the request is consistent with the City of Show Low general plan, staff recommends that Planning and Zoning Commission approve conditional use permit 602-04-259 submitted by Country Mountain Airwaves LLC to allow for the relocation of an existing radio broadcast station from 391 West Dusa Clubs to 701 East Dusa Clubs, that being 210-19030A, subject to the following conditions. 1, all development shall comply with applicable federal, state, and local requirements, including Federal Communications Commission, FCC, building permit, and fire code requirements. 2, the satellite dish shall conform to the detached building setback requirements for the C2 general commercial zone and be screened by a 6-foot solid high fence. The antenna and supporting structure shall not exceed 11 feet above the highest point of the roof line of the building. Staff, as well as the applicant, are available for questions.
Thank you, Ms. Feitel-Cotter. With that, I will open up to the commission if there are any questions for staff. I just have one. This is just for the antenna, right? It's because they have like the floor plan of the building attached in here, but
they included it. They're going to do a small interior remodel. That is considered a permitted use, but yeah, it's for the actual radio broadcasting station with the antenna and satellite dish.
okay, so it's not a radio broadcast station using this facility that's making them come here. It's solely that they're trying to put the antenna there, correct?
So it's going to be the radio broadcasting station is going to be.
Yes,
Yes.
but that they could do that without coming to the commission, correct? It's not that type of business. It's just that they're trying to put a tower with it.
So if you look in the C2 zone, under permitted uses, radio and television studios are considered a permitted use.
Okay.
Radio, and then if you turn the couple pages, under conditional uses, radio and television broadcasting stations fall under a conditional use.
Okay.
The reason being is because they have the antennas and the satellite dishes. So that's why it's here today, is because it's a broadcasting station.
Great. Thank you, Director, for the clarification on that. Any other questions for staff? Any questions for the applicant? Yes, Commissioner Wilson.
Hi,
If the applicant would come forward, if you could just state your name and address for the record.
My name's Camden Smith. I'm at 4733 Big Pine Drive in Lakeside, Arizona.
very nice to see you. I noticed in your application that you mentioned moving this radio station brings more jobs or local jobs. So how many people will you employ?
Well, right now we have a need for a lot of people. We, I would say on average, we would probably need somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 part-time people to do our sports broadcasting.
All right. And I just want to say, I worked for you 20 years ago
Oh,
on the Country Cafe, Jack and Dawn in the morning.
oh, nice. Okay. Well, good to see you
I
again.
thought that was you.
Commissioner Roberts.
I just have one. I noticed that the application was signed by Kopeniki, and they're out of Safford. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
So are they ownership in this as well? You are the management? You're the ownership?
Yes, I'm just a manager.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So it is owned by the Kopenikis.
Okay. I thought it was that station. Okay. Just clarifying.
Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are there any members of the public who'd wish to speak about this agenda item? Seeing none, I will bring it back to the commission for any further discussion or a motion on this item. Commissioner Roberts.
I move to approve. Wherever that is. CUP 60204-259, submitted by Country Mountain Airwaves LLC, to allow for the relocation of an existing radio broadcasting station from 391 West Dusa Clubs to 701 East Dusa Clubs.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Wilson.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
if I could ask a point of clarification, does the motion include staff recommendations or?
Yeah, hadn't quite finished yet. I stopped because I had to, because I saw that it was 391 West Dusa Clubs to 701 East Dusa Clubs. Is that correct on that address? Okay, all right. So that being APN 210193030A, subject to the staff recommendations.
Apologies for getting ahead of you on that one. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? I have a second by Commissioner Wilson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And none opposed. That passes unanimously. And then over to,
Yes, this is a conditional use permit. Anytime there's a conditional use permit, there is a 7-day appeal period. If no appeal is received by the city clerk within the next 7 days, this will be considered effective.
thank you, Director Tagaskis. And then if we can get Vice Chair Lewis back in here. Excellent. With no other items under new business, we move on to call to the public. If there's any citizens seeking to speak on a matter that is within the jurisdiction of the Planning and Zoning Commission that's not on the agenda this evening, you may do so at this time. Seeing none, we move on to item 7, approval of minutes. Do I have a motion on approval of minutes for the Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting of March 14th, 2023?
I'll move to approve the regular minutes for the regular meeting of March 14th, 2023.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Lewis. Do I have a second? I have a second by Commissioner Roberts. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
I'm abstaining because I wasn't here for it.
Not fine. Okay, so we have passes unanimously and an abstention by Commissioner Wilson. And moving on to item number 8 on the agenda, summary of current events. And we will end with Commissioner Wilson.
So I don't have a current event, more so I just want to say thank you to the Show Low City Council for appointing me back to the Planning and Zoning, and thank you to all of you for allowing me to come back to this commission. I've always loved Planning and Zoning when I was on it, and I think a couple of you actually voted in or helped to vote in. So nice to see you all.
We'll go down the list, down the row.
No current events, but I just also want to say that I'm looking forward to working with everyone and looking forward to the time serving here on the commission.
No events also, but yeah, well, I'm excited to be on the commission.
Well, a little bit in advance, I'm going to mention an event that's coming up on June 3rd, which is our Cruising the Rim car show. So, and I also wanted to mention, imagine it was on Mr. Tagaskis, but we have the Martin Luther King Day of Service coming up on Saturday. So we're grateful for everybody, and we want to welcome all of our new and returning members.
Vice Chair Lewis.
We're lucky to live in Show Low. It's the best place in the world. So, yeah, we're lucky to be here.
And I'd just like to give a big thank you to all the new commission members this evening. It's exciting to have a full slate of people up here, and so looking forward to working with all of you in the months to come. And I'll turn it over to Director Tagaskis.
Thank you. Just a few things. First of all, again, welcome to the new commissioners and our returning commissioner. It is nice to have a full commission again, and appreciate you and your willingness to serve. Secondly, as was brought up just a minute ago, this weekend is the annual day of service for Show Low. I think we can all agree that Show Low is a great place to be, and this is one way to demonstrate our appreciation and to kind of pitch in and help out. So anybody who is interested in participating in the day of service, that would be this Saturday. It starts at 9 o'clock at City Hall. We'd be getting assignments and kind of going out into the community doing various projects. And there is a free lunch that will be provided afterwards. So if just doing the service is not enough, maybe the free lunch is enough to get you motivated and interested. Would like to remind people we're starting to get into our busy season. There were a number of very serious and severe car accidents over the weekend. At least one fatality that we're aware of. Basically, people just getting in a hurry. So really encourage people to slow down. I know road conditions are a little rough in some places. But please, it's better to take a few extra minutes and get to where you're going than it is to speed up and cause either yourself or somebody else to not be able to. So certainly encourage traffic safety. And then finally, if anybody's watching the NBA, go Suns. So that's all I've got.
Thank you, Director Trigascus. Seeing no other items on the agenda, I will adjourn us.